Today's adventure brings me to Universal Studios Hollywood as a recording of this Monday, May 16th, 2022. It's VIP tour time. Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here with Daphne. You have never been on the Universal Studios VIP tour.
No.
For me, it's been probably 5 or 6, maybe 7 years, and to be honest, I don't remember much of any of it. I remember little bits and pieces, but this is gonna almost be a new experience for me as well. We're gonna be going to the lower lot, to the back lot. We're gonna be, I don't call it fast pass, but we're gonna be...
Well, you're VIP, you get walked on everything. You get the VIP treatment.
Yeah, the very important persons. Persons today, the plural. It's exciting.
I'm so excited.
11:30 is our reservation. They say to get to the room, when you go in, you scan in, you show them the ticket that I purchased online a half hour before, and they'll probably have some snacks, hopefully some coffee.
Yeah.
I know usually it's a breakfast thing, but 11:30 a.m.,
yeah.
Maybe it's a lunch type deal.
I think you get breakfast and lunch.
Oh, 2 meals.
2 meals.
Yes. All right, join me and Daphne, Universal Studios VIP tour on a Monday.
Shall you?
And I'm gonna do my best to kind of give the full experience. I don't know if I'll do any filming on the rides and whatnot, but definitely on the lower lot, backstage, etc. Starting by going down this escalator and just explain what all you get for the price point. And I'm noticing the globe is still not turning. I was here a few days ago, the globe was not turning, it's still not turning. However, they have rolled out the red carpet, not just for VIP, but for anyone. They have rolled out the red carpet, and there is the famous archway. Now to get in the VIP area, you go around the side of the ticket booth here, not into the normal lines, but next to guest services, there is a door over there with another red carpet. And going into the check-in area, there's Doc Brown and Marty there, there's Zemeckis and Bob Gale up there. And look at this, is a production member right there. It is VIP, has been checked in. You're going to this little area here with a nice couch. I really like this too. Universal is its own city here in California, right here at the red carpet entrance. Okay, we have the proper credentials, little cheers there. And also they gave us some ponchos.
Oh yeah, for Jurassic World.
For Jurassic World. And they said even if we're not with our guide, this gives us front of the line as well.
Yeah, the front of.
And now gotta head up these stairs, but first take a look at this. Universal Moving Pictures, where moving pictures are made. This train here, and you go up the stairs, it has all these classic Bud Abbott, Costello, the Andrews sisters going up, and they said there's a light breakfast up here. So we're gonna have a little light breakfast. We are about 45 minutes early before our tour, but we're just gonna hang around up here until there's Ron Howard. All right, this is cool. Hitchcock would be proud. Some complimentary H2O waters out there. Lots of movie props. And you can step out onto the balcony through these doors, and by going through these doors, you can look out at a little veranda down there that has the little sculpture with the guy with the cameraman and the director and all that. Kind of a nice little view of the entrance. And inside the restroom, they have these napkins. Probably have these at the breakfast bar too. Probably have these at the breakfast bar too. VIP napkins. Very important. Got some ET stuff here. There's the original script. And just to get a little look at the full spread right here. Also, Hitchcock would be, oh my gosh, egg and cheese croissant, Black Forest ham and cheese cheddar, smoked salmon, caprese tartlet over there. All kind of croissants. All of these, you can have a little fill up your belly before the tour begins. Also some yogurt over here. I'm gonna need to get some coffee, which looks like there's coffee over here on this end. Then also cranberry juice, grapefruit juice, orange juice. Over here, you got all your sugar and creams and whatnot. Wow, he is young there. Okay, I went with the tartlet, a hard-boiled egg, and the egg and cheese croissant. What'd you get?
I just got a croissant to start with.
Just a regular croissant to start off with?
Yeah.
I just talked to the guide. We're gonna do theme park rides first, and then lunch at 2:30, and then after that, go to the backlot. So it depends on whatever time frame you get. Sometimes you go to the backlot first. Our group is gonna be all the theme park rides first, and then after that, down to the backlot. Official VIPs, very important persons or peoples. One of those two P's.
Yeah.
And the first area going into Harry Potter. Now you obviously get front of the line, so we're getting in this little side line here. Get your hands up. Woo! That is fun and really nice with no wait at all. Just like a quick little walk on. 2-second wait. And it looks as if the guide does not ride the attractions with you. This is our guide, Jermaine. I think if you're, I've never done the Disney plaid, but I think plaids ride with you.
What we can do though is go inside and still walk around the castle because there's still people in there waiting for it to go back up. So we can either come back to it later or go in now and kind of see how it's looking. What I'm suggesting is we go in now just to see what's happening.
This is definitely a different entrance than the way we went in the other day. This is like we went down, we saw some of these photos. We weren't in this room, were we? Okay, heading back out. Ride is down again, so we're moving on to something else. Take a look at this. I've never seen this Back to the Future mural before. Doc Brown, Marty McFly, the DeLorean. Okay, being escorted down to the lower lot now. We're gonna do the lower lot attractions. We're gonna go on Transformers first, you say, and then probably the Mummy after Transformers.
It's 3D. That's going to be moving through the building. Alright, so you're going to be skating like you're in a car driving through the city.
And entering through this entrance here. Put your 3D glasses on. It's about to go down. 3D.
I love Transformers.
Your favorite? I haven't been on this in a couple of years at least. There's a lot of action happening behind those 3D glasses. Oh, we're being chased right now. Oh, train went by. And now into Revenge of the Mummy. And pretty much our group is about less than a dozen people. I would say maybe 10 people, 10 or 12 people tops. Oh, look, there's some skeletons right here. What are we at HHN right now? Our souls are about to belong to him. Our souls are about to belong to him. Our souls belong to him. Next up, Jurassic World. We're completely set now with our ponchos on.
Ready.
We are ready to go.
Ready.
I feel like I'm still going to get drenched even with this on. Oh, hello there. Hello there, dinosaur. Does not seem too happy. Does not seem too happy at the moment. Oh, wow. Whoa, put my camera away. Put my camera away. Oh, my God. And the poncho has been disposed of. They came in handy. They came in really handy. And now on to Secret Life of Pets. Going to be going into one of these pizza boxes here. This dog is running some heavy machinery. And there's a hot dog stand called Wiener Kingdom. And now into Minions. All right, gonna put the camera away and enjoy the ride. Those doors are about to shut. And now gonna be seated for Waterworld. That's the Waterworld sign. Look, they're doing some HHN construction behind this wall. And I like that they have the misters. I could have heard the crowd in there screaming. A lot of mist. That was like fog. Is it already Horror Nights? Oh, always so awesome. And now making my way back out of the Waterworld Stadium. See what's next. I have no idea what's on the agenda next. Gotta find the guide, find out. Thank you. There's the actors there. Here's one of the props.
Stanley knows the guy, I know all the gossip.
All the gossip. We are now heading back over to Forbidden Journey. It's back on dragon, a dragon. I swear I'm about to see a dragon. Yep, right here. Oh, oh, I love that so much. Made it over to the Moulin Rouge is the name of it. Go over to the Moulin Rouge where they will be serving the lunch special of the day. And we have opted to sit outside. And once you're outside, you get the plates here, the VIP plates with our compliments. Both of these, and this is unlimited amount of food. And it's right here next to an 80-foot drop. Do not climb. And that's looking over Burbank down there and the golf course and all that. Yeah, there really is quite the spread, just kind of showing all the vast array of all the items that are all through here. Everything from salads, meat, cheeses, hummus, little snack crackers, things like that, going all the way down. Pasta, pizza, just a whole wide variety. Even have someone kind of cutting some meat up here. We have some tri-tip with a little horseradish sauce. as well as some water with a lot of fruit in it, and some pink lemonade, and then canned soda, Coca-Cola products, things like that, and a picture of Alfred Hitchcock up here. Hitchcock just everywhere. I went with some mac and cheese, some asparagus spears here. That's that. There's that hummus. There's the horseradish sauce there. The pasta down in here. Some good shrimp. Some potatoes. I'm gonna go back for seconds because this is unlimited. I'm definitely enjoying this experience. The only thing I would probably change about it is I would prefer not to really go on any rides and just do all backlot. But that's not part of the deal. It's like 3/4 in the park and 1/4 of the time, besides eating, on the backlot. If it was for me, you know, loving the movie history and all that, I would want 8 full hours, not even eating, I would want to be on the backlot looking at history. But that's just me. Not everyone thinks that way. For example, if they had one of these experiences that you could customize, I would pay for that 100%. I mean, I paid for this too, but if they had one that you could just say, you know what, I'm an annual pass holder, I'm here a lot, I don't really want to go on the rides, can I just double down on the history of the backlot? Sign me up for that. That would be the only thing I would say that I would prefer. What'd you end up getting?
Chicken tender, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and I think the tenderloin.
There's so much to choose from. It's like I think I'm gonna have to go back for some seconds. Okay, I went for seconds. I know I'm eating more than normal, but you know what? This is, I won't say it's a win in Rome moment, it's a win at Universal VIP moment.
Win in Moulin Rouge.
Win in what?
Win in Moulin Rouge.
Win in Moulin Rouge moment. I like that. You got seconds too. We both got seconds.
I'm just feeling so much meat and potatoes. It's so good.
That's all right. You're polishing it off with a little strawberry there.
True.
I also have this here.
Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite like non-alcoholic drinks. It's so good, especially the blood orange.
Nice. And I went with some not broccoli, this cauliflower. I always confuse it. Cauliflower. I also went with some curry chicken and rice. I saw your mashed potatoes and I decided to get some mashed potatoes and a piece of chicken, some veggies, and more of this pasta, which I really like. And I think Lucy's is in here now.
Yeah, I can see her.
Lucille Ball, you see her?
Yeah.
Is she walking this way?
Yeah. I love Lucy. Yeah.
Must take you hours when you set your hair, you know, you put it in rollers, and then must take hours to style.
There's always armpit.
Are you in the movies? Oh, I think you should go. You could give Marilyn Monroe a run for her money. Don't you think she would be beautiful? Oh, look, I think we're in a movie right now.
I'm filming a movie right now.
Aren't you lovely? A natural blonde and a natural redhead together at the same time. Isn't that wonderful? Well, listen, I'm scouting around looking for producers and the talent scouts. If I see any, I'm going to send them over to your tape. Because, you know, they really love blondes.
They do.
I can find that out. And you're beautiful. And I think you can do very well. Don't you think so?
I think so, absolutely.
All right, I'll keep scouting around, and you're going to be here for a while. I'll send them over.
Thank you so much. I'm blushing.
Thank you.
Oh, you're too sweet. Have a wonderful luncheon, you two.
Okay, had to get dessert. This is cheesecake right here. A cookie, another Coca-Cola as well. Had to. Okay, it is now 3:40 p.m. and just now finally getting onto the back lot, which I'm very excited about. Giving a time frame because I'm curious to see how long I'll be back there for. And not taking the regular tram, going to be taking the trolley that's up these stairs right up here. All right, this is the bus right here.
Came on who has no clue who I am. I'm Tim. Hi.
It looks like our tour is meeting up with another tour that's getting on the same bus.
Guys, for your VIP movie studio experience. It look like much, but these used to belong to some of the biggest stars in Hollywood. People like Doris Day.
I've always wanted to be able to go down into Amblin.
These were dressing
But
rooms
it's
during the
difficult to get in there, right down that hill. I want to go into Amblin one day so
bad. They're now office spaces to production companies. Now, very famous office to our left-hand side, number 5195. You see the famous silhouette of the former occupant Alfred Hitchcock. Post-production offices attached to it, so that way you could film inside the soundstage, walk it across the way, and begin editing it practically immediately. Now, the first thing that filmed in there was actually Hairspray Live back on 2016 with Matty Valio. Anytime they were inside the apartments or the Corny College show, that was all done in there. And then during the commercial breaks, they would run outside, get into the golf carts, and drive out here to our metropolitan sets for the outdoor sections. Driving over and getting out and walking around this area. Once we do, you can leave your bags on board. We just do ask, set it beneath your seat. All right, don't leave it on your seat because it's going to probably slide out. We don't want to lose anything out there. If you want to grab a bottle of water, we'll open this thing up and feel free and grab it. And when we do exit, watch this step.
I haven't been back here in so long. I remember when the artist was painting this over here. And of course, a lot of this lot has been closed for a long time. But it's back. Oh, it's leaving. I would be perfectly content if that thing just left and I could stay back here all day.
The original poster. Welcome to the Metropolitan Sense, everyone. As you can see, we have New York right here. A little bit different than the real New York. Who here's been to New York City? I've never been. What's the biggest difference that you can see of our street than the real New York Street? People. No cars. People, yeah, no cars, no people, right? That's one of the main reasons why you want to film here rather than the real city.
I don't know if they're going to let us go over there, but Back to the Future Hill Valley is just around this corner. I gotta check this out, Doc. Yeah, it's like right around here. I don't know if they're going to let me go back there. I really hope they're going to take us back there, because that's like, oh yeah. And you can see this is 2 combined groups on that one tram. And there's another opening over here that I really want to walk through. I'm kind of wondering if they're even going to let us back here. But right over there is the town square. See right over there, the skateboard chase, the manure. Oh, I think maybe the Lion Estate signs used to be over there too for a while. And there was a big fire out here, so Lou's, which was on that very corner down there on the left, has burned down. And fun fact, the alley that old Biff is hiding in Back to the Future Part 2 used to be right here, and there was a window with a shop that had a Roger Rabbit and the almanac and all that in. That used to be right here. That same alley and door was in the very first episode of The Twilight Zone, where there was no one left but the one guy, and it was full of mannequins. Watch both, watch Back to the Future and the first Twilight Zone. The same alley that old Biff comes out of was used in the first Twilight Zone episode. Fun fact, I noticed that because I recently watched that first episode. Okay, I just asked the guy, he said I can't walk all the way over there, but I can go over here and just get a glimpse. Right here, Mr. Sandman, right over here. This is also where Jaws came out. Shark still looks fake in the sequel. Lou's over here. So awesome. The manure truck. Biff hates manure. And then of course, 88 miles an hour here, the climax. Lightning bolt strikes. We're not allowed back there though, so. Thankfully the guy let me just go over and get a peek. That's disappointing, but meh, it is what it is.
If we're looking at this on TV, it looks like it's happening right after the big Ball 2 results. There's a hydra set that blows up the lab. He runs outside in 1940s New York, and there's a car chase scene. Now, the lab was a set constructed inside of a studio in the UK. Before, I believe, Fox, I think, and then they canceled it, and then NBC's like, we want to finish the show, so that's what they did. I want to point out this. I don't know what the truss is for. It just went up today. But the series of buildings over here. That's more recent. This is also seen in one of my favorite Christmas movies, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. When Kevin gets lost in New York, he has one member of his family that he knows lives there, his uncle. His uncle lives in these brownstone apartments. You see the construction tube going up to the roof, he ends up throwing the bricks down at Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. Yeah, that's him about here. Coats, it's supposed to be out cold. It was like 85 degrees out, he's sweating bullets, right? Gives him his grumpy attitude a little bit.
And I'm just gonna peek around here. The DeLorean does that climactic scene. Driving in. Ah, Marty and Doc over there. Once the DeLorean hits, the lightning strike goes down, everything will be fine. Man, that's cool. I think it's weird is they built this building here, so you never get that view of the mountains with Griffith Park anymore. Those days are over.
So thanks Tim for showing us that. Brownstone Street, I saw a lot of you taking pictures in front of the steps, in front of the door. Some of you are doing some pretty cool poses in front. I loved it. It's like a different time period, which we will do sometimes to make it look like the 70s. Just add vintage cars from that time period, and just like that, whatever's through that frame when we're looking through that camera lens, we like to manipulate that frame to make you think where we are. We want to control what you see and what you hear in productions all the time. So nothing is any vehicle on screen. We call that a picture car. On the left-hand side, you see the sign there coming up. We have famous picture cars to show you. Now some of these are just shells, not real cars, but we do have the real car that is used as the hero car, and that's what we use that for the close-ups. But for example, the Tom Selleck's Ferrari, that's actually just a shell with a Volkswagen added glass.
Yeah, that's cool.
CGI.
From us.
Computer-generated imagery. Take a close look at the tank there. That is not a real tank. You don't want to take that into battle. That's made mostly out of plywood.
Lost vehicles before.
Easily replaceable. Now if you look at the left here, this mobile lab unit is not made of metal either. It's made mostly out of plywood. You can see the wood being splintered there on the side, but we add metal sound effects to make you think it's made of metal today, but that might change it a bit. Okay, so everybody here,
I think of two things when I see this. I think of Fletch Lives, when the guy's running away from the Bible theme park, and the Noah's Ark flooding happens. And then also a Lady Gaga video where she's standing right over there by that cart on that hill.
It's been a lot of rain. Brace yourself. Look out! If you still have on your 3D glasses, that was real. That was all real.
You can't outrun the wolf.
And we're going to cross the border from Old Mexico and the Old West. This is where we filmed many of our westerns in Europe. And this is where we filmed a lot of our monster films too. We'll talk about those.
I was crossing my fingers that we would stop back at the area where they did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the western sets. No such luck. Only a couple, you only get to stop at a couple spots. I'm guessing we already stopped at one, and then probably the Little Italy here, and probably up where the monster movies are made, the Court of Miracles, they called it. So a few other places I really wish I could have gone to, but just luck of the draw. Now from what I remember from the regular tram tour, Court of Miracles is on the other side of these buildings. Griffith Park over there. Those satellite dishes over there. This is where the parting of the Red Sea used to be. If you did the tram tour a long time ago, years ago, 5-10 years ago, you go through like the Red Sea over here. The water's still there. And you'd have the parting of all that. That has since been removed.
We convince you we're in a different location. So flags. We'll add different flags to the sets. We'll change the languages on the signs. So this was seen as Germany, it was seen as Spain. In fact, a really important year for us, Universal, was 1930. That year was our first year winning our Academy Award for Best Picture for All Quiet on the Western Front. And so in that movie, it was featured. How many here saw the show The Good Place? We talked about it before. Okay. So it's a great show. It was on NBC for 4 seasons. It was created by Michael Schur, who brought you shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Office, Parks and Rec. He was a writer on The Office. And if you don't know what he looks like, I'm going to give you a visual. If you've seen The Office, Michael Schur, he's the one that played Dwight's cousin Mose.
Look at how run down this over here is.
She ends up in the good place
wow.
because she's, well, in the
Take a
show,
look at
she's
this.
not a good person. She ends up in the afterlife in the good place by mistake. It was a
And this
clerical
building
error.
over here has a
So
little
now she has to do
chandelier.
good deeds to keep her in the good place. That's the front.
Just saying that the running of the bull sequence in City Slickers was through here as well.
Using real bulls, the roads were barricaded and they just ran in one direction. One other running of the bull scene we did was for Night and Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz.
They had real bulls running through here. Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern.
Well, we did a running of the bull sequence for a Geico commercial.
Also a scene from one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies was in here. He's explaining. Johnny Depp was hiding over in a little alcove courtyard right up here.
I'll take you back to that scene where actor's ready. So then once the coast is clear, he goes from the alcove into that door to meet Orlando Bloom's character for the sword fight scene. However, if you open that door, you'll notice that there is not much interior enough to film an elaborate sword fights, especially when you need more space and room behind the actors for the camera and crew and the equipment. So instead, they filmed the sword fight scene in a soundstage. Good. Very good. Yeah. Literally right there.
Yeah, right here's the court where the Court of Miracles used to be. I believe there was a fire here too. But it was right in here. So many classic Universal monster movies right here. The freaking Court of Miracles right here.
So right
this is so historic for horror fans.
Hunchback. So Lon Chaney was really talented because he stood out from a lot of other silent films doing his own makeup. That was way before we had makeup artists. And he was so secretive of the makeup skills that he wouldn't even share it with his son. Lon Chaney.
Oh, that railway was in good.
Yeah, right there. That's where we were taking us from that.
This is so dang cool. Universal Monster Movie Mecca. Right here. So cool. Again, I believe there was a fire and this might not be original. Could have been, but I don't know. I don't know for 100%. Either way, this is where the Court of Miracles was. Just picture Frankenstein, Wolfman, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, all right in here. Oh. It's a ghost.
No, the water main broke. Nice job, everyone. You just survived a simulated 8.3 earthquake. An earthquake took big one. Just like that, the training movie was millions of dollars over budget. The crew started to call the movie flaws. Actors were going on national television giving interviews saying, I'm working on this Jaws movie for Universal. It's horrible. Don't go see it. I'm not allowed to tell you who that was for introduction. But here's the thing. Every day, he would turn over his footage to his editor, Verna Fielders. She said, no, you've got something here. You can't use a shark, that's fine. Give the illusion of the shark, like a fin cutting through the water, or the barrel's being pulled under, or film from the shark's perspective, going at the people it's about to eat. She ended up winning an Academy Award for editing Jaws. And because it took so long to make, they missed their original release date of Christmas Day of 1974. They pushed it to the following summer, and it was a perfect summer. It became the biggest movie of all time, only to be outseated by, 2 years later, his best friend, George Lucas. We actually get a chance to pull down one of the most famous streets of all time. This is Colonial Street, better known as Wisteria Lane, for maybe some Desperate Housewives. Yes. Now, Wisteria Lane, or Desperate Housewives, did film here during their entire 8-season run, and they had pretty much the entire street locked down during that period of time. What's up? Did any Walking Dead film here? No. Most of the Walking Dead filmed in Georgia. That's another great example. Over the period of time, a lot of filming has left Los Angeles and gone to different areas, but guess what? It's all coming back. So we're experiencing one of the busiest times right now. Now, these houses date long before Desperate Housewives, right? This was also seen in the 1980s movie The Burbs with Tom Hanks, Carrie Fisher. In the 90s, things like Deep Impact, Small Soldiers filmed out here. Even this gray house, once we come around the corner, will be on your right-hand side. This was used in a 1950s movie called Bedtime for Bonzo, starring a chimpanzee named Bonzo and Warner Brothers contract player Ronald Reagan. Yeah, I filmed in the movie to the right-hand side. Now take a look. This is just a shell, 4 walls and a roof. Really, it's 3 walls and a roof because you see the tree growing in the backyard? It's not growing in the backyard, it's growing out of the house. It's an endangered species, we just built the house around it. The yellow house is seen as Davy's house in Never Have I Ever. That's also where the Hardy Boys live. And the lilac house on the right-hand side is the original Munster home in the TV show The Munsters, 1313 Mockingbird Lane. Jimmy Stewart filmed the movie Harvey with his invisible bunny friend in the house on the right-hand side. Why Him with Bryan Cranston, James Franco filmed out here. This was a Michigan suburb in the snow, where Kiss landed a helicopter down the middle of the street. And kids, you'll love this one, the dark green house on the left-hand side, that's where Matlock lived. All right, kids love Matlock.
Andy Griffith.
Yeah, no, the sour look on their faces is like I. Now, if come on, you gotta love Matlock. Andy Griffith. Okay, that's horrible.
Okay, that's horrible.
He's just helping that young lady to her trunk. Okay,
Hey, bud, need a hand?
Norman. Hi. What are you doing? No, we've been parked here for a while.
So freaking awesome. Norman? They put a fence up here. I think this fence might be left over from HHN. I know the big wrecked airplane behind me is awesome, but I'm more fascinated by this. Beautiful. Mother. It is neat to walk. This is really neat to be able to walk through this. And there's a regular tram coming through, so they have activated some of the smoke effects through here. Pretty cool. Wow. This is a real airplane that they transported over here for this set. It was used in the movie.
All set decoration, just like any other set decoration section. It makes you think something happened when really it never did. And what I love about set decoration
is the, oh, I think that's the wing over there. Yeah, this is the wing.
just like when you
look at this, there's like a hopscotch set up here. And there's the regular tram tour. This isn't a bad place to stand. Hitchcock Porter history right there, and a wrecked airplane right there. Look at that.
And guys, one of the most recent productions we're going to use in this award is a movie called You're Not Proposing, Are Ya?, starring Tim Jenkins.
Oh, this is neat. This was the Great Outdoors house. They moved it over here. This used to be on the other over by where the blue wall was. So this was used for a couple scenes. They had a real cabin elsewhere, but then they also had another cabin that they used for the Great Outdoors. John Candy movie. It used to be part of the Jurassic Park 2 set. Used to be back in here by this area. Used to be right over here. They cleaned it up now and have like a little park. Just pretty neat. Yeah, think about this right here. Great Outdoors. It's pretty awesome.
One thing we can really talk about now, it's a bit of a mystery to us too, Tim and I, but right beyond that construction, you see that large blue backdrop. That's one of the largest standing backdrops. We use this to add backgrounds with CGI effects. Nano Valley again, we have Warner Brothers Studios out there, Disney, which is also ABC Studios, which is owned by Disney as well. That mountain, that's Mount Lee, that's where the Hollywood sign is, right behind that mountain.
All right, now getting off of the backlot section at 5:15. Oh, they're putting these down. Put the window down. 5:15. You're keeping track. And the sun is just about to set at 6:53. Park closes at 7 tonight here on this Monday, which probably correlates to how the price was. As I stated earlier, each of the VIP tours are different prices each day. Today's was $359 a person. As an annual pass holder, you have to really want to do it. But I think as a non-annual pass holder, I looked up the tickets for front of the line and a day ticket, $209. So if you add on another $150, you get the VIP access, you get to get out of the tram, walk around for a little bit on the back lot, and you get 2 meals of really good food. And that's gonna do it for today. The temperature has dropped.
Yeah.
What'd you think? What'd you think about your first VIP experience at Universal Hollywood?
I think it was worth it. I think it's really worth it.
I liked it.
Yeah. I thought it was so cool.
Got to do every ride. And then anything we did not get with our guide left us at Simpsons, we were able to go back on Pets for a second time. And the food was great, and we got to meet Lucille Ball.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Which was great. I was kind of hoping to meet Doc Brown, but he wasn't around today. I might do it again one day. I don't know when, but one day.
Yeah.
See you in the next video. The vlog.
It's over.
And I like at the top of Griffith Park over there, backside of the Hollywood sign, the wisdom tree still stands. And I'm also crossing my fingers for my next VIP tour, whenever that is. I want to get up close to the clock tower. That's why it was closed off. Doc's back there saving Marty. At least in my mind he is.